Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So for starters, I'd like to apologize for not uploading too many videos these last couple of weeks. But as many of you know, we did end up having our baby number 3 join the party a couple weeks back. So of course, much of my time has been dedicated to taking care of her and kind of make sure the family's being held down okay. Hold on, we got a tarantula sighting. We got him. Okay. All right, sorry about that. So as you guys know, we got a 5-pack now with the family, with my daughter being born a couple weeks ago. So of course, not so much of my attention has been dedicated to cars here and vehicles as usual. So forgive me for that, guys. In addition to that, though, you guys know we are only down to 1 vehicle now. So the 4Runner is it for us at the moment. So I mean, let's be honest, I kind of beat to death the whole 4Runner thing for you guys. So I don't want to just make up content just to make up content for you. But at the same time, I could honestly talk about the 4Runner all day long, every single day. So, but with this video, it's just to let you guys know this particular 4Runner is on the chopping block. So I'll likely be selling it within the next few weeks. As many of you probably have puzzled together already, with my picture that I uploaded to Instagram a couple weeks back, I did end up buying a Lunar Rock 4Runner TRD Pro. So as I posted that picture of it parked next to the Land Cruiser in our new garage out there in Maryland. So such an awesome buying experience, if I'm being honest with you. And of course, more details to come on that. The dealership even dropped it off to my house. Obviously, I don't live out there right now, but I bought it from a dealership there in Maryland. They were super awesome, it was literally my best experience ever working with the dealership. And as you guys know, I've worked with a few at this point. So I bought that one, I paid MSRP for it. But that means this guy has to go. So I'll be posting this one for sale next few weeks. And I'm honestly even kind of debating on posting it for sale rather than just kind of driving it to a Toyota dealership and saying, hey, what would you like to pay for this? So as many of you have already commented, saying, like, CarMax, Toyota dealerships, they're paying, well above MSRP for these from you. So kind of crazy, and I just don't know if I would. I know I wouldn't feel great selling it private party for what it would probably go for at this point, which is absurd. I get it and I hate it, but at the same time, if it means making a few $1,000s off of it from a dealership, I would feel way less guilty about that than trying to sell it private party. So this will be sold next few weeks at the Lunar Rock. Replaced it. And even saying that out loud sounds a little crazy that I am selling the same exact vehicle right here. And I got the same exact one on the other side of the country waiting. So it's kind of ridiculous right now. I get that. But the one thing that the Lunar Rock does not have is it does not have the rear cargo hatch. So, or excuse me, the rear cargo sliding tray. So this guy right here, forgive me, went to the beach the other day. So this sliding tray is not in the Lunar Rock, and this is one thing that I actually have grown to really like. And if you don't spec it like this from the factory, I don't think you can actually get it added on after the fact. I'm sure if you're creative, you can figure out a way, but it's not a standard thing to add after the fact, after the regional assembly. So I'm gonna miss having that bit, but if it means having a exclusive color TRD Pro, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. I'll be taking out the RSG sliders, slapping them on the Lunar Rock, and I'll likely be putting on some Westcott designs. So like a roof rack, front lift. Already got KO2s for the Lunar Rock out there from the dealership in Maryland. So it's definitely in order to sort of set up to look pretty awesome. I'm super excited to actually put that together. Every time I see a Lunar Rock 4Runner TRD Pro, and admittedly any 4Runner TRD Pro in an exclusive TRD Pro color, I always snap my neck. So if I'm gonna quote unquote try to keep one for longer than this has been almost a year, so this is a record at this point. But if I'm gonna try to keep one for longer than a year, I definitely want it to be an exclusive TRD Pro color. They maintain value better. They're just a little bit more desirable. I mean, at first glance, there's not a whole lot separating this from a 2015 4Runner TRD Pro, right? So you can just look at this and be like, if you don't know what you're looking at, and be like, okay, this could very well be a 2015 or 2016, 2017. You don't really know unless you're like us. You're like a 4Runner connoisseur. You understand, like, okay, maybe that roof rack, that's an indicator that it's a newer one. It's a 2019 and newer. Okay, I see the black in the vent right here. That means it's 2019 or newer, right? So we start puzzling that stuff together. Then, okay, if you're really a guru, you'll look at the wheels. Okay, obviously 21, and then Toyota safety sense, blah 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 blah. You can start seeing that stuff, but to the normal person, to the normal eye, you don't really know exactly what year this is at first glance. Whereas you see a 2021, or excuse me, a Lunar Rock, you know for a fact, okay, well, that's brand new. That's a 2021. Same with Voodoo Blue. You look at that, okay, there's a 2019. So you get my point with that. As for the Lime Rush, forgive me, I don't think that's what they actually called it, but the new TRD Pro exclusive color. Personally, of all the videos I've seen, of course I haven't seen it in person, I am not impressed with it at all. So I was not impressed with the Army Green either, though, when I saw it in video. Until I saw it in person, I was like, holy cow, this is freaking awesome. So that could very well be the case with that Lime Rush, the new TRD Pro color. So I don't want to totally cancel that. And you guys know me, I'll probably have 4 between the end of next year. So I'll try not to, I'm not going to bash it in this video because you guys know me at this point. But as of right now, first impressions, definitely not liking it. And I think the Lunar Rock will age, quote unquote, age better, just given the fact that it's more of a neutral color. And it's not even as bold of a neutral color as Army Green, which I think it makes it age even better, perhaps. The one thing I'm kind of bummed about is, just announced was, if I understood it correctly, the TRD off-road variant of the 4Runner may get the Lunar Rock color, or a different variant of the 4Runner outside of the TRD Pro for the 22 model year will get Lunar Rock. So it's kind of a bummer. As you guys know, up until 2020, or excuse me, up until 2021, the exclusive colors for the 4Runner have been very specific and unique for the TRD Pros. That has not been the case for the Tacoma, the Tundra, Sequoia, or the Tacoma and Tundra for sure. I mean, they like cement gray, right? So they offered that in 2018 or 2017, right, for the TRD Pro. But then in subsequent years, they offered that same exact color for the other variants of the Tundra. So kind of a bummer, but that has never been the case for the 4Runner. So you never got 4Runner or the Voodoo Blue in subsequent years. So that is why that particular color on the TRD Pro is pretty valuable these days. So all that to say, Lunar Rock will not be as special, just like Army Green is no longer as special. Cement Gray is no longer as special with the introduction of the Trail Special Edition, right? So kind of a bummer there. I was hoping that Lunar Rock would be the staple for the TRD Pro for the 4Runner and have it as that for the 2021 only, but c'est la vie. It's still better than having a super common color like super white here, which is on absolutely every 4Runner in the world. And if you go to Hawaii, it literally is on every single 4Runner out there. So all that to say, selling the 4Runner. I'm excited to get out there to Maryland here in a couple weeks, and admittedly there's probably not going to be too much more content between now and then, as movers are legitimately at my house right now packing it up. So both yesterday and today, and actually last 2 days and today, they're packing it up, and then we'll be loading onto the truck here next week. So anyways, we're excited to get out there, excited to be reunited with the Land Cruiser. Already got a number of goodies lined up for it, as you guys have seen, like the iCamper rooftop tent. What else? The Princey roof rack, of course, which the iCamper will go onto. And for this, like I said, I already got a couple arrangements lined up with Westcott Designs to throw on a couple goodies for the Lunar Rock 4Runner out there. And like I mentioned, or hinted at, because the used market on these is so high right now, I don't know if I'm actually going to post it like I normally do, like on Craigslist, Auto Trader, stuff like that. I think I might just kind of let it be a bidding war between a few local dealerships, especially out here, Pacific Northwest. It's super tempting to try to sell it and just fly out to Maryland, but I think it's not really in the cards for the pups. So we'll likely try to do this out in Virginia, Maryland area and see what they're willing to offer for it. But at any rate, guys, I made this too long of a video already. Just wanted to share that update with you. And again, apologize for not providing too much content lately, but definitely excited to share that Lunar Rock 4Runner TRD Pro with you, as well as the Land Cruiser. And oh yeah, so we have one more card in our hands for the upcoming couple weeks. So here in a week or so, I'll be flying out to Kentucky to pick up another vehicle, of which you guys will likely see coming to some degree. But I feel super lucky and fortunate to have been able to find this particular vehicle, and really it's thanks to one of you. So one of you reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, check this out. And well, here we are a couple weeks later, and I'm gonna be flying out to go buy it. So you know who you are, and you guys will see that vehicle here shortly. So I appreciate you guys watching as always. Until next time.